Hey guys, welcome to my channel Hammonds Hobbies. My name's Glenn, and in today's video we're going to be looking at probably one of the rarest boxes of F1 cards that I've ever seen. And by the end of this week it may also be one of the most expensive boxes I've ever seen sell. So let's get right into it. Before we get into today's video, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that smashes up the like button on these videos and to any new subscribers. According to my analytics on YouTube, 50% of you that regularly watch my videos are not yet subscribed. I don't know why, but consider clicking that subscribe button. Hopefully we can hit 3,000 followers pretty soon. You can also follow me on my other social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all with the name Hammonds Hobbies. You can also check out my Whatnot page where I do single sales, slab sales, and even box breaks under the name whatnot.com/Hammonds Hobbies. The link to all of these is in the description down below. And if you use my link for the Whatnot, you'll get £10 of free credit when you sign up and make your first purchase. So hopefully you'll get some free F1 cards. Whee! You can also check out my website 24/7 under www.hammondshobbies.com. And if you use the code in the description down below, Slipstream, you'll get 10% off your entire purchase just for being a viewer of this video. Right, that's enough of me shilling my stuff. Let's get on with today's topic. And we start our story off today over at goldin.com. So, as you guys know, I like to collect not only Topps F1 cards, but all types of F1 cards. Top Trumps, Grid 1992, the Pro Tax set, the Zoom set, and also the Futura sets. Futura is a company that was set up in Australia, and they used to make Formula One cards back in the day. The last set that they really did was in 2006, where they featured some of the, what are now considered some of the greatest drivers of all time. So it's become a very prestigious set to collect. Now, I haven't actually completed the whole set myself, so that's something that I'm looking forward to doing over the next coming years. But something that I've never seen before is a sealed pack or a sealed box of that product that I can open up. I would love to do it on camera, but I've never seen one up for sale until this week. So if I go to Goldin and we just drag down, all I've typed in is formula, but we go down and you'll see here we have got a sealed box here. Let me expand this image. A sealed box of Futura unique Grand Prix trading cards, and this box looks pristine. So to give you guys a bit of background history, these boxes were numbered, so they only actually made 480 of these boxes, and this is box 105 of it. To make it sort of more desirable and more sort of like to give it more confidence when bidding for this item, it's actually been authenticated by a company called BBCE, which is the Baseball Exchange Inc., and they have verified the history and also the contents of this box or case, if you like. So you can bid on this assured that you're actually getting official Futura products. What do you get inside, and why would people want to bid for this? So this Futura box, not only does it contain some of the nicest looking cards, and I have a Rubens Barrichello gold memory cell patch card here that I'm going to show you on camera, and these are actually numbered 1 to 175, so they've got a fairly lowish rarity, but it's the gold plate. It just sets it off. It looks beautiful. So they can be pulled from this set. So in this box, you'll probably hit one of those. And then on top of that, there's the Lewis Hamilton F2 card, which is called his next card. It's the card that he got where people were speculating that he was going to go up to F1. Well, obviously that turned out to be true, and he then went on to become one of the greatest of all time. So this makes this box very desirable. In terms of value, how do you value this box? What's the price of it? And that I can't answer you, but we're going to find out in the next 5 days time, because it's currently at bids of $20,000 with buyer's premium of $4,400. So that means that it's going for $24,400 at the moment. If we look at the bid history, there's been 9 bids up to the 20k mark, and it's got 5 days remaining. So by the time the 2nd of June comes around, we should know exactly how much this box is worth. Now, how would I value this box? It's very difficult, because if you look at the previous sales of the F2 Lewis Hamilton card, one of the biggest sales of it was in a PSA 9, and it was a pop one at the time, and it sold for $312. A lot of people were speculating that this was going to be Lewis Hamilton's one and true only rookie card. But obviously since then we've had a couple of other cards come out, like Top Trumps, obviously the Formula E set with the F3 Lewis Hamilton, which actually predates the 2006 Futura card by about a year. So now there's sort of a question of whether it is the official rookie card. That being said, it's still a stunning looking card, and looking at previous sales of it, if you get one and grade it, even you don't get an actual number grade, if you just get it authenticated, you're probably going to hit, you know, an $8,000 to $10,000 card. Now let's just say that that grades a 9. I believe that card's worth over 100k. So how much would you price this box at? The high sale was 312, and obviously the last sort of solds were around the 200k mark. If somebody opens this box and they manage to pull a Lewis Hamilton F2 card and they send it to PSA and it comes back a PSA 10, then this card is going to be worth $250,000, maybe even more dollars. And I really hope the person who buys this all the best of luck. Now that's if they open it. Now the romance inside of me says what I want to happen is the person who's bidding for this item and who wins the final bid is actually watching this content, and I would love for you to reach out to me so that if you ever open this box, if you could send me pictures or videos, or even if we could live stream it, I think that would be really great for the community. But saying that, I think actually the value in this is actually keeping it sealed. Now, if you're an investor, you may want to purchase this box to put in a safe to hope that it goes up in value over time. Unfortunately, that's probably what's going to happen here. I hope it doesn't. I really don't. I've got my fingers crossed that the person who buys it wants to open it just so we can see all the awesome cards that are inside it. Not only that F2 card, but like I say, the gold plates, Senna's, Schumacher's, Jenson Button, Mika Hakkinen, they're all in this set. Now that is my era of growing up watching Formula One. I grew up watching all of these guys at that time. I know a lot of people that collect F1 cards now have really only been in it since Topps have been doing cards, but actually sort of early 2000s, that's when I first started watching Formula One. So to me, this is like going a trip down memory lane. So I personally, this is like a dream of mine to open a box like this, whether I hit the Lewis Hamilton or not. Now, in preparation for this video, I actually spoke to a couple of guys that would know a bit about this Futura set and these boxes in particular. And I even spoke to someone who used to work for Futura over in Australia. They seem to suggest to me that there's a 50 to 60% chance that there's a Lewis Hamilton F2 card in these boxes. Well, if this box ends up going for $30,000 to $40,000, you've got a 50-50 chance if you open it of actually hitting that Lewis card. And then once you hit it, you have to submit it and hope that you get either a 8, 9 or a 10. If you get anything below that, then you've really taken a huge hit. But to be honest, if I had the money, I'd be buying this box all day long. There's just something about it. Obviously, taking the chance as well. I'd probably rip that straight open if that was in my possession. So I don't know. What do you guys think? How much do you think this box will go for eventually? Comment down below. We'll see who gets the closest figure. I'm actually going to be doing like a catch-up video of this once the auction actually ends, so you'll be able to keep track of how much it actually sold for in the end. I'll do like a YouTube short or something, just a short video just saying how much it went for. So make sure you click subscribe so you keep up to date with obviously the things that I'm looking at on Goldin and eBay. I don't actually check Goldin that much, but when something rare comes up, I can't take my eyes off it. I'm like hooked a week. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this one and see how much it eventually goes for. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you think. And the other question I want to ask is, even if you bought this box, would you open it or would you keep it sealed for the future? Now, if you want to get a PSA 10, your best odds of getting a PSA 10 is opening one from a fresh pack, from a fresh box. A lot of those F2 Futura Lewis Hamilton cards actually were sort of trimmed down a bit. So they were actually modified because people, I assume, were trying to get a PSA 10 with it. And PSA submitted them back and said this card's been tampered or modified, so they wouldn't grade it. So now what a lot of people are doing is when they get hold of these F2 Lewis Hamiltons, they're actually just authenticating them, so they're not actually grading them. So if you actually look at the sold histories, I'll bring up a list here for you guys. You'll see that obviously they don't go for as much, but ones that are just authenticated don't go for nearly as much as obviously the higher grade ones. But yeah, if you, as long as you can hit a Lewis Hamilton F2 card and hit a PSA 8 or 9, you're probably going to do all right, depending on how much this box goes for in the end. And if you hit a 10, then boom, you've hit the jackpot. You'll probably 20x your money. Big gamble, but I'd love to see where it goes. If you are watching this video and you do end up bidding for this box and you end up winning it, please get in contact with me. Obviously, Hammonds Hobbies on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Or you can join the Facebook group, which is F1 Sports Cards. I'd love to do some sort of live video if you were opening them, just so that the community can see some of these cards. So there you go. I've tried my best. Let's see what happens over the next week. So we've got 5 days and 3 hours to find out how much this goes for. That's it from me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, smash that like button up on this video, and also smash the subscribe button if you want to keep up to date with how much this box goes for, and potentially if anyone reaches out to me to see if they can open it live in front of us, or at least send us some pictures of what they hit, because I'd love to keep track of what's going on with this. So that's it from me, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.